bet us back to the enclosure.
Thank you very much, Mark. And down here we've got Greg Hickman, the trainer of the winner. A very nice filly by Arena. Doing all right, mate. 2 in a row.
No, she's done very well, Ken. Didn't know about the weather today, but she's gone super.
She actually absolutely cruised in the going. When he went up to them on the turn, he was hard held and they were all being pushed. Or she was, I should say.
Yeah, well, it's an arena out of a marauding mare. Maraudings don't mind this thing out of the ground, and we had to give her a test, and she pulled up super after a run before, so why not? She's
paid away now. What do you do next?
Definitely the paddock this time.
Good on you. Well, she's earned it, Greg.
Thanks, Ken.
Greg Hickman, the trainer of All About Us, who has had the 2 winners in a row. For TVN viewers, we're going back to Sandown to get the latest on that protest.
Well, there's no latest on the protest, Kenny. It's still going on here. It's got a bit willing in there, Shane.
It did indeed, with the 2 trainers having a bit of a joust towards the end. I think both sides are very adamant that they should get the result.
Yeah, well, even points at the moment on evidence given, and Stewart's still deliberating at second against first.
Here comes.
And we'll have that for you now. The siren has sounded here at Sandown. The result is coming through to us. Dismissed. It has been dismissed. Placing stand. A protest dismissed. Brilliant Lad retains the race over Drew Dusk, and the plonk comes off 310 into 270. Final dividends on that race before we get to this, and there's another market mover here too, Ankh Moorpork. Correct weight on the previous, on the numbers 4-1-2, Brilliant Lad, Blake Shin, Rick or Lacey, 260, 150, 230 Judask, no third for Watch Your Back, beaten 5, Quinella 710, 870 the exact, the trifecta $20. Brilliant Lad for Rick was heavily backed, as I said, 310 into 270, and is the son of Canny Lad. Jugar, the sire of Judask, daggers drawn, Watch Your Back. Sandown race 3, race 4 on the track here. We'll catch up with Jared McLean and Peter Moody, hopefully. Actually, might go and get Jared and squeeze him in, because horses on the track, you can see Wordsmith, and he goes on for Damien Oliver. Jared McLean has TAB number 3 here, Conformita, and it's the son of Testarossa, who was very good at Mortlake. And Jared, well, Jared, you're in the news yesterday, probably something you didn't want to be in the news for, but you're hit in your favourite venue this afternoon at the races.
Yeah, good to be back on course. Yesterday, very happy with the way everything went. At this stage, all comfortable, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
This is an important horse for you, this horse, Conformador, one of the first you've had who hasn't been a hand-me-down or a cast-off or a cripple.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting times at the stable. We've got 4 or 5 nice unraced horses at the moment, and yeah, this horse was actually one of the first horses I took to the race as a 2-year-old. He's young, enthusiastic, got no problems, and he's a pleasure to train.
All sounds good so far. You took him to Mortlake, a heavy track on debut. He seemed to plough through that. He raced away there, pretty impressive.
Yeah, he did. Take the second horse out of it. It was probably pretty moderate opposition. And it was a very, very heavy track, which was evident with the meeting being called off after race 4. So yeah, we'll just see how he measures up today.
What about here on this slow ground? I mean, they're not, the times aren't fast times, so there's still some fair bit of give there.
Yeah, I see in race 2, I think it was 5 or 6 seconds out the record, so it may be worse than a slow 6, but yeah, the sting's definitely out of the track, and he will run well.
Okay, good luck with him, Jared.
No worries, thank you.
Jared McLean has got Conformador, who's right in the betting here at Flemington Sandown, race 4 in 5 minutes. Horse 4 is Mr. Scribble Shane in the market here. This horse who's broke through for a win at Geelong last start.
Yeah, it's the first run in his second prep. OK Oki was probably a bit unlucky against him, but OK Oki's run well since and franked the form. So I think you've got to rate him, and he's certainly right in the market.
That's we're looking there at, of course, Jared's horse there, Conformita. Let's have a look at the favourite. There's horse 4 we just spoke about, Mr. Scribble. Let's get to the 5, Ankh Moorpork. This horse, well tried, Shane. Good value of the tote, this.
Yeah, Peter Moody trains this horse now. He's had 2 runs in his first prep. He's by Fantastic Light, who's going to be a great stand. Ballarat debut run was quite good, and his second run was pretty unlucky at Sandown. It was against Delidio, who was flying at the time, and Abdicate. It's interesting that he's come back in. He is the market mover on track, and we're about to have a chat with his trainer now, Peter Moody, who joins us. Ankh Moorpork, he showed a fair bit in his first prep, Pete.
Yeah, nice horse. You know, got home hard in his only 2 runs.
Okay, are you a little bit worried that this might be well, obviously the punters aren't worried about it. Do you think he's forward enough to win first up?
Well, yeah, definitely. I think the 1300 will suit, and you know, as you could see when he paraded, he's still quite a backward little sort of a horse, but you know, he's prepped up nice for this and done everything right, so I'd be disappointed if he didn't run well.
Just one little concern I had when I did the race, the inside gate.
Well, you know, young horses get locked away, but I'd rather be there than 15.
Okay. Any instructions to Luke?
No, he's riding in probably career best form, so I'll leave it up to him.
All right, good luck with him. Thanks,
Cheers.
Peter. All right, that's your market mover and your favourite there, Bruce, Ankh-Morpork, and Peter sounds like he's got a fair opinion of him and he's pretty confident.
That's very encouraging. Let's have a look at a couple of other ladies. We'll have a look at horse 9. I'd like to look at it. There's 6 Sender, who was scratched quite a few times before a debut to Benella and ran well there.
Yeah, it was a good enough run, and I like him. He's a nice style of horse. Won't surprise me if he's competitive.
Here's one you like, Shane. Timeless Pleasure, and got out to almost 4 to 1, and punters happy to take that. Always solid the tote. You can see $4, $3.80, and it's better odds here on course, but money for it.
Well, this is another filly. I mean, on debut in the autumn, she bumped into Courton Charlemagne. I don't think we knew how good Courton Charlemagne was then. And second was Aninga, who we certainly knew was smart. So that is just tremendous form. Now, Mick Price has chosen this time of the year, just like Peter Moody, to get her back in. So he wants her to be nice and fit when the real spring comes around. So I think that's a sign that he's got a good opinion of her.
Quick word on Wordsmith, looking at it on screen for Ollie before we go to Simon.
Yeah, well, he looks well. He just probably didn't cope with that really heavy track second up after getting through it well enough first up. My top 4, Bruce, I thought 5 Ankh-Morpork and 9 Timeless Pleasure were the 2 that probably got the scope to be spring-type horses. Then I would inform Mr. Scribble. And the best roughie, I thought, was number 10, Stainless, who had no luck on debut.
OK, big go in the last for Brilliant Lad late. Let's go to Simon as they're about to move in here. Simon, what's happening in the ring?
Well, Ankh-Morpork's been the one, Bruce, been $3 into $2.80. It's hemorrhaged on the tote there, $4.80 to $3.10. Mate, there's been a little bit of money down the bottom. Timeless Pleasure, sort of $4.80 into $4.60. The rest of them pretty friendless. Wordsmith getting out to $11 in the market, and number 3, Confirmator, out to $6.50.
That's a big go, that last. Brilliant Lad late.
Yes. What was your thoughts on the protest, Bruce? Any chance or not?
Yes, there was a chance, certainly, but correct
anyway,
weight declared.
Thank you very much, Bruce.
5 and 9 are the ones they've come for here. 5 Ankh-Morpork is the favourite, and as Simon mentioned, the tote has completely crunched. $4.90 into $3.10, shorter on course. 9 Timeless Pleasure, always short the tote around $4.30. It's a $4.60 chance here on course. Let's go to Brian.
Righto, runners moving up here. This is race number 4 today. July Handicap. Damien Oliver 1, Daniel Moore 7, and Logan McGill riding Lion Dream here as they come into line. Stainless has gone forward. Ankh-Morpork, which is heavily backed here, very solid favourite, the 5. At the moment, Super Tap at $3.10. Timeless Pleasure second, pick at $4.30. We've got $5.90 now for number 4, Mr. Scribble, who was late in the yard here. There are no weight changes, and they're coming forward. Brilliant Lad won the previous from Judas, number 1. And watch your back in 3rd placing. Race went to the steward's room. The final result to the steward's room. And yeah, it was probably toss of the coin which way it was going to go, because there was clear contact and the horse was put off stride, the second horse. And he did close late. Interesting to see if anything does follow at the end of the day from the race. Timeless Pleasure and the classic bloodstock colours ready here with the green and the cerise. Now, Wordsmith goes into line with Conformator. Got a gold cap on the rider of Mini Bar. Mr. Scribble ready. Classic Edge probably can go forward. It doesn't look to be a great deal of speed now with, yeah, probably Classic Edge to lead. Conformator, Mini Bar will probably be fairly handy here. I just don't know where Ankh-Morpork's going to finish in the run, but they're off this time in the 4th and jumped very quickly. Ankh-Morpork down on the inside, landed in front, but he doesn't want the lead, and there's a few coming around him now. Timeless Pleasure and also pushing forward Stainless. Conformator and Lion Dream further out in the track, and further back Mr. Scribble when they settle down. Now it's Lion Dream going up to head off Stainless, a length and a half Conformator. They're followed in the middle by Timeless Pleasure, and Ankh-Morpork will be 5th on the fence. A length further back in the race in Mr. Scribble from Mini Bar, Classic Edge, then Wordsmith and 2 to spend a last of all. Coming to the 750-metre mark, Lion Dream in front. Over on the inside, Stainless, and 3rd Conformator. 2 lengths further back, the favourites. Ankh-Morpork over on the inside of Timeless Pleasure. Then Mr. Scribble from Classic Edge, Wordsmith and Mini Bar when they come to the home turn and send a last of all. On the bend of the 600-metre mark, they race. Lion Dream in front now from Stainless, followed to the outside by Conformator. Further back, Ankh-Morpork. Timeless Pleasure under a lot of pressure going nowhere. And down the outside, Wordsmith. It's Lion Dream the inside, coming at it quickly now as Conformator. And Wordsmith further out, and Sender from the back is starting to get home out wide on the track. Conformator on the outside of Lion Dream and Wordsmith. They're fighting it out. Lion Dream coming at it. Wordsmith from Conformator. Lion Dream in front. Wordsmith lunging at it on the line and got there. Right on the line. Wordsmith a nose, Lion Dream. Third home is Conformator, I'd say, just from Sender. Then further back would have been Mini Bar. Ankmore Pork didn't come on. Then came Mr. Scribble. Further back in the race at the head of the others, Stainless, followed by Classic Edge and a Timeless Pleasure, an ordinary run last of all.
Well, D. Oliver is unbeaten today. That's 2 rides for him for 2 wins. And if you backed it, Wordsmith, please send him something. It took for all the volley to get him home.
Well, we mentioned it earlier on. I think we've been saying this for weeks and weeks. You seriously would not believe that this guy spent, what was it, 18 months on the sidelines?
Well, not as long as that, but a long break there.
And he's only been back for, you know, X amount of weeks. He's just riding brilliantly.
And you're getting $9.20 about this. Lion Dream, terrific performance on pace. There's the photo on screen now. It's not much, but it's enough if you're on Ollie there with Wordsmith. Conformator was good. The 2 on pace runners, both very good.
Well, Conformator looked sure to beat off Lion Dream, so it's been a huge run. And the 2 flopperoos here were the 2 that resumed, and maybe they just didn't cope with this genuine slow track here.
No, it gets out into the right lane there. Ankmore Pork behind Conformator now. Behind it's Timeless Pleasure, who didn't come on at all. Sender, a big run from back here, shown in an on-pace dominated race. It's come from last and was never on the bit until around now. Good performance here. But there's Ollie. Look at that strength there. Callow was down the right and he was crook. I got a pretty useful substitute there in D. Oliver.
Well, he looked a lot like Noel with that strength getting it to the line right on the button he got there. And there'll be some post-mortems, I think, into the flops of the 2 favourites there, Ankmore Pork and Timeless Pleasure, who was seriously the first horse beaten.
There you go, looking there, a Conformator in the pink and the purple. Here comes Oliver on the baldy face runner there, Wordsmith. There's the familiar Ollie style there, all strength, puts the stick away. Now another bit more encouragement and throws it at the line. And the photo goes up in the way of 1, 11 and 3. Running double here, 33.30 on 4 Brilliant Lad into 1 Wordsmith. Race time here in the over the 1,300 metres is 1:20.06, 1:20.06.